Okay, now we're going to do chapter 5, and we'll start out by doing 5-1. Now, we don't need to do these in Excel. We're going to do them in Word. I'm just going to use them as a screen. The first problem, 5-1, is yesterday Travis sold 1,000 shares of stock that he owned for $29 a share. Travis purchased the stock 1 year ago at $28, and during the year he received a quarterly dividend equal to 10 cents per share. What yield did he earn on his stock? So the yield is basically what did you receive? In other words, what did you get from the sale of the stock plus any income you got while you were holding the stock, minus what you paid for the stock divided by what you paid for the stock. So let's take a look at that. We'll start out by saying he had 1,000 shares, 1,000 shares times $29 per share. So he received equals $29,000 plus in dividends he received 4 times 0.10 times 1,000, which equals a total of $400. And his cost or basis was $28,000. So the yield is the quantity $29,000 plus $400 minus $28,000, which equals $1,400. And that's comma. So that is 1,400 divided by $28,000 equals, and we can pull up the calculator. So we have 1,400 divided by 28,000, and that gives us 0.05 or 5%. So that is 5%. Okay, that's problem 5-1. 5-3. A year ago, Regina purchased $1,050 worth of stock in Elite Electrician for $42 a share. During the year, she received 2 dividend payments, each equal to 5 cents per share. The current market value of the stock is $44 per share. What yield did Regina earn on her investments bring? So here we can look at it from the standpoint of we can do it on the basis of what's the yield per share. We don't have to worry about how many shares. It was 25, but we don't have to do that. We can just do this on the basis, so on a strictly per share basis. So we know that she has, what she received was $44 plus 2 times 0.05. Let's put that in brackets. So she received, equals 44.10, and her cost was $42. So our yield is 44.10 divided by 42.00. So we bring up our calculator again. 44.10 divided by 42.00 equals 105. So we can look at that also as a 5%. We really could do it as for the calculations we would do it otherwise as the difference between the two, so that would be $2.10 divided by 42, and that gives us our 5%. So this equals 5%. Oops. 5%. Okay, the next question is, we want to be able to problem 5-7. Suppose the yield on a 2-year bond is 5% and the yield on the 1-year treasury bond is 4%. If the risk premium is 0, what is the expected 1-year interest rate during the second year? So this is 5.7. So what we're going to use is we have the R sub n, which is the nominal rate, equals R1 plus R2. Put brackets around that too. Divided by the number of years, and we'll just put that as n. So we can look at this and we can use that equation. And the first thing we do is we'll start filling them in. We know that the nominal rate for the 2-year treasury bond is 5%. And that equals R1, and the rate for R1 is 4% plus R2. I keep forgetting to put it in brackets. R2 divided by the number of years, and that's 2. So solving for this, we can go 10%. We're multiplying both sides by 0.2 equals 4% plus R2. So we can get 6% equals R2, and that's our answer. So the rate in year 2 will be 6%. Now we're looking at, for problem 5-9, the interest rate on a 1-year Treasury bond is 4.0. The rate on the 2-year T-bills is 0.08, and the 3-year T-bonds is 1.1. Compute the expected interest rates for the 2nd year and the 3rd grade. So we use basically the same formula. So the Rn, this time though, equals quantity R1 plus R2 plus R3, closed quantity, divided by N. So, but what we'll do, this will give us the thing. But for first of all, we'll use this formula to figure out what we are using for the 2nd year. Because in order to calculate we know what R1 is. We can use this formula to calculate R2, and then we use this formula to calculate R3. So we start out with the previous formula, and we first get R2. So R sub n for year 2, we know that the 2nd year rate is 0.8% equals quantity R1, and R1 is 0.04, 0.4% plus R2 divided by 2. So we calculate first of all to get R2. So we multiply, so this is 1.6% equals 0.4% plus R2. So we get 1.2% equals R2. Now we use that and this equation to calculate R3. So we get R sub n for 3 years is now 1.1%, 1.1% equals quantity. R1, we know that R1 is 0.4% plus R2, which we just calculated, is 1.2% plus R3 divided by 3. So we come up with 3.3%, which is 1.1 times 3, equals 0.4% plus 1.2% plus R3. So that is 3.3% equals 1.6% plus R3. Oops, R3. I'll get it. Wait a minute. Fat fingers. R3. So 1.7% equals R3. And there are our answers. Our answers for 5.9 are R2 is 1.2% and R3 is 1.7%. So those are the answers for chapters 4 and 5. I hope overall you guys did pretty well, but there still seem to be a number of misconceptions, and that's why I went ahead and did these videos. If you have any particular questions or whatever, please don't hesitate to call me or send me an email or somehow get in touch with me. Okay? Take care.